Everyone thinks Rebecca is just a lawyer who defends her clients and fights in court, but behind closed doors, she is playing a completely different game, while others are busy arguing cases. Rebecca is quietly taking control of entire boardrooms. Deals that seem impossible, rivalries that could destroy companies, she handles them all without anyone noticing. The truth is, Rebecca isn't just winning in court. She is running a war where the real power lives, and she is the one everyone secretly fears. Rebecca's story is not what anyone expects. On the surface, she seems like a regular lawyer, dressed in sharp suits, carrying a briefcase, and moving confidently through the office hallways. People see her as a professional who knows contracts, negotiations, and courtroom tactics. They admire her intelligence, but they have no idea how deep her influence goes. Rebecca is not satisfied with just winning cases or getting clients the best deals. She studies the entire company, the players around her, and every weak point that could shift power in her favor. She listens carefully in every meeting, noting who trusts whom, who is afraid, and who is ready to challenge authority. To most, she seems quiet, maybe even unassuming, but that calm, calculating presence is exactly what makes her dangerous. She doesn't just react to situations, she predicts them. She can foresee how a conversation in the hallway could become a crucial decision in the boardroom. Every handshake, every email, every small gesture is a move in a larger strategy that no one else fully understands. Rebecca's mind works differently. While others focus on short-term wins, she thinks 5 steps ahead, visualizing outcomes that most executives don't even realize are possible. Her reputation is growing quietly, whispered in office corridors and private meetings. People are starting to notice that when Rebecca is involved, the outcome is never what anyone expected. She has an uncanny ability to turn disadvantage into advantages, using what seems like ordinary information to control high-stakes situations. Her opponents never know it, but every move they make has already been anticipated. And while some lawyers fight for justice in courtrooms, Rebecca fights for control where it truly matters, the unseen power structures of the company. The deals that determine who rises and who falls, and the alliances that decide the future of entire industries. Even her colleagues who work closely with her rarely see the full picture. They might know she is smart and skilled, but they don't realize she is orchestrating moves that could topple executives, shift boardroom loyalties, and change company strategy without anyone ever suspecting her involvement. Her power doesn't come from fear or aggression. It comes from understanding people, predicting reactions, and quietly nudging events until they fall perfectly into place. Rebecca doesn't need to shout or demand authority. She simply makes the right moves at the right time, leaving everyone else scrambling to catch up. And the most shocking part is that she has been doing this for years without anyone outside her closest circle noticing. While board members argue over numbers and legal jargon, Rebecca is observing, learning, and planning each decision, each contract. Each negotiation is a piece of a much bigger puzzle, a puzzle that only she can see in its entirety. The more people underestimate her, the stronger her position becomes. She is a master of timing, knowing exactly when to act and when to wait. Every meeting she attends, every document she reviews, and every email she sends is a potential step in a larger plan designed to put her in control of the boardroom without anyone realizing it. She is not just a lawyer defending her clients. She is a strategist running a silent war, where knowledge, patience, and foresight are more powerful than any courtroom argument. By the time anyone notices her influence, it is already too late. Rebecca has quietly positioned herself at the center of the boardroom, controlling decisions, shaping outcomes, and proving that true power doesn't come from shouting the loudest. It comes from thinking further, moving smarter, and staying invisible until the perfect moment. The moment Rebecca steps into a boardroom, the air changes, though few realize it at first. Meetings that should be routine suddenly carry tension. Decisions that once seemed simple now feel uncertain. And the balance of power shifts subtly but unmistakably. She doesn't speak first, doesn't make a dramatic entrance, and doesn't demand attention. Instead, she listens. Every word exchanged, every pause, every glance between executives becomes part of a mental map she is quietly constructing. She notices who dominates conversations, who fears speaking up, and who subtly tries to influence others without appearing aggressive. It's a skill she has honed over years of observing human behavior in high-pressure environments. By the time anyone realizes she is analyzing the room, she has already predicted the reactions of every key player. Rebecca's power doesn't rely on authority, it relies on strategy. She identifies weak points in arguments, inconsistencies in logic, and alliances that might crumble under pressure. Then, without drawing attention to herself, she plants ideas, subtly steering discussions toward outcomes she has already envisioned. A question here, a suggestion there, each carefully timed, becomes a ripple that affects the decisions of everyone in the room. No one notices that the entire direction of the meeting is shifting, because it feels organic, inevitable, as if it was always meant to happen that way. Rebecca thrives in this environment. While others focus on immediate gains or defending positions, she sees the broader picture, the long-term consequences, the hidden stakes, and the opportunities that no one else can anticipate. Deals that seem locked in one direction suddenly open in another, alliances that seemed stable fracture, and negotiations that appeared balanced now favor her preferred outcomes. She rarely needs to intervene directly. Her influence spreads quietly, like a shadow across the room. The executives who think they are in control don't know that the chessboard has already been set. Every email she drafts, every document she reviews, every call she makes is carefully timed to reinforce her strategy. She manipulates information subtly, highlighting facts that support her plans and downplaying those that might hinder them. Even resistance becomes part of her design, because she knows exactly how to turn opposition into advantage. Rebecca's methods are unconventional but devastatingly effective. She uses patience, timing, and precision rather than force or intimidation. Executives who underestimate her often make mistakes they never realize, while those who attempt to challenge her find themselves navigating a maze where every turn has already been anticipated. The boardroom becomes a battlefield. And Rebecca is not only a participant, she is the strategist who sets the rules. She knows which allies to cultivate, which rivals to watch, and which moments to seize. Moves that seem minor, a pause, a raised eyebrow, a question phrased just right carry enormous weight in the outcome she desires. Her victories are rarely obvious, but they are absolute. By the end of a meeting, the direction of major decisions has often shifted subtly in her favor, leaving others puzzled but accepting the results as natural. And while most people see only the surface agreements signed, deals made, and meetings concluded, Rebecca sees the hidden layers. Who now owes loyalty? Who is vulnerable? And who will be forced to reconsider their position in the days to come? Her influence extends beyond the walls of the boardroom, reaching into private discussions, personal ambitions, and the quiet, unseen negotiations that shape the company's future. Every calculated move strengthens her control while keeping her presence almost invisible. Executives may believe they are negotiating freely, but Rebecca has already guided the outcome before the first proposal is made. In this silent war of power, she is unmatched. Her ability to anticipate, adapt, and manipulate ensures that the boardroom is not just a place for discussion, it is a stage for her strategy. And while the others are focused on numbers, presentations, and surface-level tactics, Rebecca is orchestrating a deeper game. Each decision, each compromise, and each deal is a thread she carefully weaves into a larger plan. By the time anyone recognizes the scope of her influence, the moves have already been executed, alliances reshaped, and outcomes solidified. She doesn't need recognition or applause. Her victories are measured in control, in the subtle shifts that change the direction of entire companies without anyone noticing. In this world, Rebecca has proven that true power is invisible until it is undeniable. The boardroom war is ongoing, and she is leading it without ever drawing attention to herself, making her the most dangerous figure in the room and the one everyone secretly underestimates at their own peril. Rebecca doesn't just participate in boardroom battles. She rewrites the rules without anyone noticing. While others are focused on arguing their points, she quietly sets the stage for moves that will leave everyone stunned later. Her power lies in subtlety, small, seemingly ordinary actions that no one realizes are carefully calculated steps toward domination. An email she sends at an odd hour might reveal just enough information to shift a decision. Or a casual remark in a meeting could plant a seed that grows into a major alliance. She knows how to use timing as a weapon. When everyone expects her to react one way, she does something completely unexpected, leaving competitors scrambling to catch up. Deals that were thought to be settled suddenly collapse.